Hello, hi guys. Hi Hilda and Karen. I can see you guys on already. I'm excited that you're already here. Happy Friday. Thanks for popping on. I'm going to check that we're live here. Okay. I see that we are. Whoops. I don't know what happened there. Okay. Good. It looks like everything's working. So how are you girls today? What's new? How's your Friday? How's your weather? Our weather is cool for us in the low 80s, and it is so unusual for a September. Usually we're having 100 degrees at this time. So it's really very nice that it's nice and cool. And Ellie's doing well. Yeah, she's got some little, I don't know if you can see them, she's got some little orange, a little orange bow and a little orange clip, kind of for fall. Roz, good to see you. Ruth, hello Ruth. Always happy to see Ruth. And Lori, good to see you too. So, Tina, Granite Falls is 81 today and really nice. Yeah, that's about what it is here. But that's pretty unusual for us, but so nice for you. Are your leaves changing already, Tina? Karen, Ashland is beautiful. Oh, I bet. It's Ashland, Oregon, right? Yeah, I thought so. Marcia, good to see you. Hot, hot. Where are you, Marcia? Where are you from? Um, Ruth, yes. Jeannie, good to see you. Tennessee. Yes, from Tennessee. Um, Ashland, Oregon. My grandfather used to live in Ashland, Oregon. If it's Oregon, they have beautiful roses there. It's a gorgeous, gorgeous city. So good for you. What are you guys going to be doing this weekend? This weekend we are going to be watching football. We like to watch football. We have our favorite teams. My husband likes the Chargers. Ellie's getting squirrely. The Leafs have started. Good, good, Tina and Marcia. Okay, Texas, yes. I should have remembered that. I do know that. Hot, hot in Texas, yes. Very hot. So do any of you guys watch football? My whole family, I think I've told you, my whole family loves football. Vicky, good to see you. Yes, Ashland, Oregon. Okay, Beth. Hello, Beth. Beth, I'm going to see Beth on Sunday. I'm going to be helping out at Robin's. Robin is having a class, a Rosh Hashanah class, teaching how to make Rosh Hashanah cards, and I'm going to go over and help, and Beth is going to be there. Pam, 91 degrees. Yes, so ready for fall. So I'm going to put her down. She's just getting squirmy. Little squirmy girl. So we're going to watch football. I always root for USC. That was my dad's school. Roz, you're going to visit your mom tomorrow. Then hopefully hiding in your craft room. Tina is a Raiders fan, but enjoys all the games. Yes, they used to be a big rivalry with the Chargers that were in San Diego. But now the Raiders are, I think, in Las Vegas. Jeanne, you're a big Chargers fan with Justin Herbert. Oh, yes. Cool. Becky, good to see you from Kentucky. I don't know. I was raised watching football. My dad loved football, and so I was telling my husband the other day during Thursday night football. It just feels natural. It feels homey. It feels, those things that you were raised with. Sometimes different smells and sounds and stuff. So for me, football just feels good. It just feels like fall. It's the right thing. Yes, they moved to Las Vegas. That's what I thought. Okay, well, we've got stuff to do today and I have things to show you. So I'm going to turn you down and we'll get started here. and let me see if I can get a little more light. World Card Making Day on October 4th. I know anybody can come, customers and demos. It's virtual for 1 hour. You register on the website, on the Stampin' Up website, and you'll have a free crafting event that lasts an hour from 2 to 3. I'm not sure if that's Mountain or Pacific. And here is the kit that they're going to put together. You don't have to have the kit to do it. Tina, my dad and I always watched the Army-Navy game. That was your thing. Aw, you see those memories. Yeah. And I want to show you, I got my kit today. It's called Handmade and Heartfelt. And I haven't put it together or anything. I'm kind of debating, do I want to try to do it early before the event, or do I want to put it together during the event? And so these are kind of the directions. I thought I'd show you the kit, and it includes this box. So I just took the plastic off, really. So these are the fronts of the cards, and it makes let me see how many cards it makes. 10 cards and envelopes. Okay. Gary and I used to go to the Patriots games. Yes, you were in the high school marching band. All right. You root for Seattle and Clemson. You won't turn away from most games. Hey, Carol, it's just part of the fall in the U.S., I think. I don't know. That's just my thought. Okay, then we have some different labels. Here are some other cards and different pieces that we're going to put on the top of the cards, I think. I'm just looking at the kit, the heartfelt and handmade and heartfelt kit. And then these are punch out, already die cut. And here's something I noticed because I got a different kit. And here is the block, and there's a stamp set. Here's the stamp set, and then this is, it says handmade and heartfelt stamp artwork. And good to see you from West Virginia. So I think when you put your stamp set in a little baggie or something, you have the artwork, and it comes in several languages. So the stamp sets, these are the sentiments on the stamp set, which I think are nice. Let me see, I have to get my glasses on. Michelle, good to see you. And then we have the block and some pretty sequins and glue dots. We have baker's twine. We have an ink spot of Secret Sea and a whole bunch of dimensionals. I love the dimensionals in here. They seem to be a little thicker than the ones we buy from Stampin' Up. I don't know what you guys think. More labels, and then here are the different envelopes, and I see that they have a place to write on them, and punch out circles. We'll see what we do with that when we do it. And then this is the box. I didn't open it because bring the kit on Sunday. Okay, Beth, I'll try to remember. I thought if I opened this box that I would maybe put it together because I'm so excited about it. So here's a picture of what it's going to look like. Hi, Tammy. Good to see you. So I'm really anxious to do this. Now I'm going to have to put all this back in the box. But I wanted to show you, it's a little bit more expensive than the normal kits. It's $32, but I think it's going to be great, and I love having storage area, so I'm excited about it. So let me put this back, and then I'll show you again. The number for the kit is 166213. 10 cards and a card organizer, and make sure that you register separately for World Card Making Day. And the thing is, even if you can't come, it's my understanding if you're not available on October 4th for that hour in the afternoon, if you register, you will have access to the video. That's my understanding. Renee, good to see you. So you'll definitely want to do that. And they said they're giving us a free gift. I think it's after or during the event. Okay, so that was that announcement. And then I want to remind you, if you place a $50 order in my online store during the month of September, I will email you a bundle of tutorials, 7 different tutorials using the Peace on Earth bundle. And it is beautiful. The cards are beautiful. Most of them are fun folds. Mine is not, but most of them are. And you can also buy this for $20 in my tutorial shop on my blog. So, and the last thing is my Faith Creations class to go. I'm taking pre-orders right now only through Sunday because I've designed 3 different cards for you, and you will make 2 of each in my class to go using this beautiful A Child is Born stamp set. It doesn't have dies. And you can get the stamp set from me. The kit is $49.95 with everything you need to create 6 cards, and you'll have extra. You're going to have designer series paper, you're going to have ribbons, you're going to have all kinds of stuff, and pearls. So you'll make all the cards and then you'll have stuff left over. But the thing I love is this stamp set. And you guys, every sentiment is from a scripture verse for the holidays, for Christmas. So I think it's just gorgeous. And there's even this cute little lamb. I love lambs. This could be a grown-up lamb. I'm not sure. You guys are better at this than I am. I'm not sure because it has bigger ears than a cow. So I'm not really 100% sure. I think this is a grown-up lamb, but this is a baby lamb. And I think that one is so cute. And so I put him over here on the corner of this card. Isn't that cute? So anyway, if you're interested, email me. You can pre-order. The pre-order closes on Sunday. So after Sunday, you'll be able to get the PDF version, but not the class kit. So email me, Peggy@prettypapercards.com. Okay. So today, our fun fold. Oh, have you been designing with that set, Tammy? It's so beautiful. Today, we are going to use the Gingerbread Man stamp set. Now, I just did a class. It's back behind me and ready to go. It's going to go out on Monday, but this is a different card, not in the class, and we haven't done it live. And so I thought we should make a I'm calling it, instead of a gingerbread girl, I'm calling her a ginger girl. And the card opens up like this. So the little ginger girl is on the front and she opens up, which I think is fun. So it's not a real fancy fun fold, but it's a cute little fun fold, I think. And I'm calling it a ginger girl card. So I want to show you the products that we're going to use here. And now that we can open our fabulous mini catalog, if you don't have one, email me and I'll get one to you. And so first of all, we're going to use what I've been talking about for weeks now, the beautiful Christmas Tags and More 6x6 specialty designer series paper. And I've been waiting to use this beautiful garden green gingham. And so look at these. You get, I don't know, 8 or 10, 8 sheets of each pattern. And they are just so Christmassy. And there are pieces that you can cut out. We've used this piece down here before for a fun fold card. But this is the designer series paper that we're using today. And then here is the gingerbread, whoops, it's over here. The Gingerbread Man stamp set and dies. And we're going to talk a little bit about these today. But one thing I wanted to show you, I think I've mentioned it before, but I want you to see, and if you have a catalog, hi Pam, it's on page 54. Look at his little foot. It's like someone ate the little foot. See that? And then he's saying, oh snap, because someone snapped off his foot, or they just broke it off, I guess. And so that's one thing I wanted to show you on the dies, because I've had some questions on the dies. These are the dies. You get 18 dies in this set. Hi, Susan. And FYI, this is that little piece that's the jagged piece for the person who bit off the gingerbread man his foot. And that's that jagged piece. Now this is just the little swirly stuff. You know, this one here is just more of this. And I've used this piece. There's a stamp and a die. It's just more of like the frosting, and I've used it as a necklace and things like that. That's this piece right here. But this is the one that is for the broken off foot. And just as a little, let's just take a quick look. So here are the two big gingerbread people, and they're attached together. I'm not going to do this today. This is another, we're doing this in the class to go that I'm sending out Monday. But they, the gingerbread men attach so that you have a card that opens. And then these are their different little faces, eyes and mouth that you can die cut. And this is the comment bubble where he said, "Oh snap," that we just looked at. But then look at all these. So I wanted to show you this one here makes the candy canes. One cuts out the piece that you lay over. This is the whole candy cane. And then these are the stripes, and it cuts two pieces and you lay it over. Oh snap is your favorite. So basically what I do is I've been cutting out two of this die, one in red and one in white, and then you have two different candy canes like that, okay? And these cut out the little gumdrops. We talked about these guys. Here's a cute cup. This is the hat. This is a scarf. And this we're going to use today, so I'm going to pull it off. This is like, no, we're not using that today. That's a lollipop. We're using this one today. It's like a mint candy. And it has a little inside there. And then we're going to use this one for the bow in the little ginger girl's hair. Okay, so that kind of covers the dies. I'll set those off to the side. So now we can get started. And if you want to write down the dimensions, get out a paper and pen. Oh, Pam, it is your favorite set. It is so cute. I've been putting everything together, and it's really cute. Okay, so we're going to make a fun fold card starting with a standard garden green 8.5 by 5.5 piece of cardstock. And we're going to score it at 4 1/4. And then we're not going to lift up. We're just going to push the score blade up out of the way, and I'm going to get my cutting blade and bring that up. And we're going to bring this down 3 1/4 inches. So we're going to cut down the center score line. Let me get my glasses on. I have to look at inches, so it's very important. So 3 1/4 inches right there, okay? Then we turn our card and put it on the 3 1/4 line. Bring the cutting blade up again and bring it down now to 4 1/4, or you'll feel it when it hits that little, there, it hit the little cut area, and you just pull it off, and there we go. And you can put that piece aside and use it later. Okay, so now we have our card that is going to focus on our little, what I call the ginger girl. And this sometimes comes out, there's just a little something right there where that was cut, so I just trim it off. Okay, now we're ready to make our card. And I've got all the pieces, parts right here that we're going to need. So starting out in the beginning, we're going to, I guess I still need my paper trimmer. This area right here, this panel is 2 1/4 by 4 1/4. So we need to cut a 2 by 4 piece of the green gingham to go on there. So 2 by 4. And then we can just go ahead and glue this right on. Where's my glue? Oh, I meant to get some more glue, but I didn't. I meant to get a brand new glue, but we'll just have to shake this a bit. And so look at how cute that is. That's the back. And truthfully, you could do a card that does like this. Instead of having the little ginger girl up there, you could have a Christmas tree right there. You could use this piece. It's very versatile designer series paper. And 6x6. We all love 6x6, don't we? So we're just going to adhere this right here. And I'm going to open it so I can move it just a little bit while the glue is still moist. Come on, baby. Okay, there we go. So now we have that bottom area decorated. Now on the inside, I'm going to use this piece. And I mean, it's hard to decide, right? But we don't want this on the back of our ginger girl. So I'm going to use this more subtle side because we want our little ginger girl to be the focus of our card. But this is going to be, just cover the inside and give a nice background for our focal point. Okay, so already you can see you can do a lot of things with this. Now let's go ahead and cut our, first we'll stamp and cut our gingerbread girl. So this is a gigantic stamp, okay? It's a really, really big stamp. And I am using the biggest block I have, which is, let me see, because you can see the, I don't know if you can tell, but there's a little circle right here that has a letter that's the letter of the block. So this is the F block. Now you can also use a stamp positioning tool like a Misty or something, but I just have the block that fits, so I'm going to use this today. And we're going to stamp our little ginger girl in pecan pie, just because I think that looks the closest to gingerbread. And we're making actually a white gingerbread girl today. So we're just going to press this. And look at how darling she is. Isn't she just the cutest? And while we're at it, we're going to put her little face on. And so the face I've chosen is the kind of standard one. There are several different ones that you can choose, but I've chosen just the standard one with her eyes open and a cute little smile. There we go. Okay. And now what we're going to do is we're going to cut. You could use the dies. Okay, you could use the dies, but we don't need the whole gingerbread girl. We're just going to cut off her legs. It sounds kind of bad, doesn't it? And I'm just going to cut her out just because I feel more confident doing it, because the die itself links the two gingerbread men together, ginger people. And so it kind of has a straight line there. And you have to work around it a little bit to round off that little hand. I just didn't want to play with that. I just decided to go ahead and fussy cut her. And you want to stay, I'm staying about 1/8 of an inch away from the border of the stamp. It gives it a nice border. It just gives it a nice little edge. Of course, it's not perfect, but that's okay. I have one of my downlines, she said, that's okay, it means it's handmade if it's not perfect. If it was perfect, it wouldn't be handmade. And that's true. I think that's very true. So we're just going to round that little inside, and it only takes a second, really. And we're going to have just the top of the little gingerbread girl poking up from the flap of the card. So that's why we really don't need her legs this time. You could do something kind of fun and have this flap in the center and have the legs come out on the bottom. That just occurred to me. Oh, thanks, Kim. How are you today? So I'm just going to round this off like that. Okay, so now she's already cut. Anyway, that's an idea, to put the flap in the center of the card and have the feet come out. But we're not going to do that today. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to glue her to the back of the flap. So what I want to do is just take a look at where I want her to end up. So just kind of eyeball it and put the glue down under like this. And we want to put enough glue so that we know she's going to stick there. And then position it from the front. And hopefully we haven't put enough glue that it pokes out, but it isn't. I cut that a little crooked, but that's okay. Because, okay, here is my solution to that. I thought, well, that looks a little, even if it was straight, it would still look a little messy. So I cut a piece 1/8 of an inch smaller than this flap. So this white piece is 2 1/8 by 4 1/8. And we're going to just glue it down here so that it just covers the little ginger girl, and it's a little modesty cover, we'll call it. Hi Sandy, good to see you. It just makes it look nicer, I think. Just a little more, just nicer. And while we're at it, we're going to go ahead and we'll glue the other piece. This one is 2 by 4 right here. It doesn't need, this one needs to be a little bit bigger to cover the back of the ginger girl. Okay, but this is just going to be normal. So you really end up with 2 places to write here on the inside of your card. And we're going to stamp this in a minute. So far so good, right? Now we need to put a little hair on our ginger girl. And the hair, I probably should have done this before, but I didn't. I forgot. So the hair is this little swirly stamp. And I figured it out after a little trial that you want to put it so the little swirls, the little loops are up. And this becomes like her little bangs. Okay, like that. So there are her little bangs. And now we're going to do a little bit of, well, while we're at stamping, let's go ahead and stamp some little gumdrops inside and on the envelope. And then I think we'll be almost done with our stamping. So we'll put some little real red gumdrops on the inside and on our envelope here. I'd love to do these in a couple different colors and put them on the envelope, like pink and blue gumdrops and stuff like that. Hi Shirley, good to see you. Okay, so now we're going to decorate our little girl. She needs a hair bow, and we need to do a little peppermint candy. So we're going to cut those using our mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. And I have a little piece of white. We need white for the little swirls in the peppermint, okay? And then we need the actual peppermint candy. And then we need the little hair bow. I just think these dies are so adorable. Yes, put the word prize because that you'll be entered to win this card next week, a week from today. So here's the little hair bow. So you can do them all at one time. Run them all through your little mini machine, which I love. I can't imagine the person who thought of all of these. I just want to say kudos to that person because they're such cute little things. Now, your bow also cuts out this little, those are like the tails of the bow, but we don't use that. We're not going to use that because we're just using the bow as a hair bow for her. Okay, so where's our card? Okay, here she is. And so we just want to put a little her little hair bow right there. And we can just glue that. And then we're going to foof that up a little bit with some baker's twine and a little peppermint embellishment. But we'll just put her little hair bow on. And while that dries, we're going to go ahead and make our peppermint candy. So it starts out just like this. And you could make these any color. And then here's the little swirl part that just goes in the middle like that. Isn't that just cute? So we're just going to put these little, just tiny dots of glue. It doesn't take much. And then you put the little swirl right down on the real red. We're just going to even that up a little bit. Make sure it reaches all the edges. And there's your peppermint candy. I mean, how cute, right? So what we're going to do, we now need to make our sentiment. So we have these things drying, setting aside to dry. And I have a piece of real red, which is 4 by 1. And then we're going to stamp and cut a little piece of that same designer series paper at 4 by 3/4. So I think I can go ahead and cut that first. I've got plenty of paper in case I make a mistake. So 3/4 of an inch, and then 4 inches right here. Okay. Set the extra over just in case we need it. And we're going to stamp, and the sentiment I'm going to use, I think, is one of the cutest ones, Baking Spirits Bright. And you know, this would be so darling to use, to give as a gift with a little gingerbread cookie if you make them. I don't really make them. I could, but I might buy a gingerbread cookie for the holidays. I might buy some and give them with these cute little cards. And so I'm using real red ink, and we're just going to stamp our sentiment right on here, and it fits perfectly on a 3/4 inch wide strip. Okay. And then we're going to adhere this onto the real red, and what I like about this is it gives it just a nice little background, a nice border that really just adds a little emphasis to the sentiment. So we'll just glue this on, and I've got it so that it comes to each edge. There's only a little frame on the top and the bottom. I brought each edge and made them equal. I don't know, just to be different, I guess. And then we can adhere this right down here. I'm going to go ahead and adhere it with glue. Oh, Tammy, you make them? Would you make some for me? Oh my gosh, I love you. She lives right down the street. That would be so fabulous. Or maybe you could teach me how to make them too, if we had time. We're both busy girls. Okay, so there's our little sentiment. And now I think we're ready to just decorate our card with, oh, we didn't put his little buttons on. Oh no, I know, because we're putting her little buttons are these peppermints. I love these peppermints. I bought a whole bunch of them because I kept being afraid they would run out, and so far they're still available. But I thought, wow, these guys are going to run out because they're so cute, these little peppermint embellishments, and they go perfectly with this card. You might have a cookie cutter. Oh, excellent. Okay, Tammy, I'm excited. So there are her little buttons. Now we're going to put another one in the center of her bow. I just get a little carried away with these because I like them so much. I'm going to put one down here. And now we're also going to put one on our little peppermint candy. Don't you think it needs one right in the center? I think that is just, look how cute that is. I can't even stand it. Okay. And I'm going to put this little peppermint up on one Stampin' Dimensional. Whoops, get out of the way there. Okay, right here. Now we could have put a candy cane in her arm and all kinds of stuff, but I don't know. I kind of liked this peppermint. And then I'm just going to add a little bit of this. I mean, we have to use this red and white baker's twine, don't you think? I mean, it's so, it just goes with it. I got a bunch of that too. I love these two products, the baker's twine and the peppermints. I think are so perfect for the holidays. So I thought we would just add a little more foo-foo to her hair bow. And I'll get a tiny little glue dot right out there. And we'll put it down right above the peppermint. It's kind of scrunched up, but that's fine because we just want to put that bow on there. And press that down. And then we can trim off the edge. Well, I don't think that it looks good too long. We'll just have the little tails kind of like that. Let me trim this one just a bit more. Isn't that just so darling? I love it. I just love this card. There we go. You bought a lot too, Tammy. I think this is cute, and then it opens up like this. Oh, that's not good. I put my glue dot on the inside of the card. Oh, goodness sakes. Well, I'm glad I tested that. So I'm just going to move it down. Watch out for that if you make this card. Okay, now let's test it again. Yeah, now I moved it down onto her little head. Okay, there she is. Oh my goodness. I think this is a super cute card. I love this set. Okay, you guys, this whole bundle is just absolutely adorable. And it's one that you'll keep, I think, for a long time because there's so many great little goodies in there, like the hair bow and the little peppermint and the candy cane. You'll be casing it. Good, good. I hope you will, Tina. Everybody can feel free to case any part of my cards that you see at any time. All right, let's give away a prize. Let me bring you back up. Okay, so the prize from last Friday, we're just having too much fun with all these new products, I'm telling you. So last Friday we used the Modern Christmas. The Modern Christmas Suite is an online exclusive where everything we use today, most everything I think, is in the catalog. The Modern Christmas Suite is in the online exclusives that just came out in September. And so this is the card we made for that. Another little kind of partial card, right? And we fussy cut that ornament, where is it? Over there. From one of the pieces of paper, of the designer series paper. And this is just elegant, isn't it? So this card, a lot of you liked it. A lot of you put down prize from last week because it is really, it's the paper, you know. So Carol McKinney is the winner of this card. Carol, congratulations, and thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate you watching my lives and my YouTubes and replaying. I appreciate all of you for having fun with me because we have a lot of fun. I do anyway. Okay, so Carol, I'll be getting this out to you. And for the rest of you, thanks for making a card with me today, and I hope you have a really nice weekend. If you're a football fan, watch some football, and in any event, make a card. Okay, thank you so much.